Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this video, I'm going to show you how to import data in SQL. Let's get straight into it. To import data sets in SQL, the first thing you have to do is create a database where you want your data to be. Alright? So in my previous video where I explained how to create tables in SQL, I explained in details the database and putting in a table in the database, so you can check off the video. So we have to create a database first. After creating a database, we now import the data. So here under here you have databases under the Object Explorer. So you can click the plus sign. So in one of my previous video, I created this database YouTube practice. So I'll not be creating another one now. But if you don't know how to create a database, let me just show you. So let's assume I don't want to use this database again. I want to create a new one. I'll right click on these databases and you see new database right here. If I click on the new database, it's going to open a tab. In this tab, I'm going to type in whatever name I want to give this database. So I just want to call it tutorial or something. Tutorial database. Let's call it tutorial database. Then I'll just say okay. Alright, so can you see now we have it here already, tutorial database. And if you don't need the database, because now I just wanted to show us how to do it, so I can delete it since I don't want to use it. So I'll just click OK here. It's going to remove it. So we are using this YouTube practice database. Alright, so you want to start writing your query. So we want to import data now. Sorry, we're not writing query. So in this database that we are using, all you have to do is right click on the database. All right, if we check the tables first, you can see that we only have this sales table there. Okay, so and this is the data set I'm trying to import. I want to import this superstore data set I have in my PC folder. Okay, so I'm going to right click on the database I want to have the data set in, and I'm going to click on tags. Okay, if you come down to these tags, you see import flat file and you see import data. This import flat file is if you want to import a CSV file, and this import data, you click on it if it is an Excel workbook like .xlsx. All right, so the file I want to import right now is a CSV file. Okay, so I'm going to be using task. I'm going to be using flat file. I hope you understand that now. So let's click on import flat file. It's going to pop up this tab. Let me just drag it up. Okay, so in this tab, I want to click, this is just introduction. I just want to click next. All right, so it's going to ask me to pick a location for the file I want to import. So I can browse the location of the file that I have it. So, and this is the one I said I'm trying to import. So I'm going to select it and then click open. So when you click open, it's going to give the table name. You can change the table name. If you don't want to be sample superstore, you can change it to maybe just superstore alone. You can give the data table any name. So just leave this table schema as DBU. That's the only option you have. So you click on next. You can check this step to see the steps it's going to follow. So let's try to preview data. So you just click next. So when you click next, it's going to preview the data table to you, like what it looks like. You can drag this, expand, like this other ID that we can see. So you can expand to see what each of the data columns looks like, and just familiarize yourself with the data sets in this section. In this section, you can check if this is the actual data you wanted to pick or not. So I can click next. And when I click next, it will automatically check through all our data sets and assume that it will automatically generate data type from the data sets. Okay, so the row ID now is containing just integer, so it's giving it small hint. Other ID now, nvarchar, it is giving it nvarchar because it contains number and string data type. Okay, so if you want me to make another video explaining the different data type in SQL, you can drop that in the comment section. So you can just come here to check the data type that it gave our for each columns. So column name now is taking nvarchar, segment is taking nvarchar. So if I don't want country to take nvarchar, let me first check my country column, maybe something I can change. Country, okay, so country should take, let me say I want to change it to varchar now. So I can just come here, country, where you have nvarchar. I'll click on the drop down beside it, and I'll change it from nvarchar and I'll change it to varchar. Can you see? So I've changed the data type automatically like that. So if you want to make sure that you don't want all your data sets to be you don't want it to automatically remove null values for you in your data set, you're going to check this allow null box in your data set. And I would advise that anytime you are importing your data, you should allow null in your data so that you can manually clean the data yourself. Because imagine that you have 50,000 rows of data and the total null is like 30,000. So if you automatically don't allow null, it will remove 30,000 rows of data out of 50,000, and that's over 50% of the data set. So that's why it's important to allow null so you can manually check and then clean it yourself. All right, so if there's any part of the column you want to add as primary key, so if you don't understand what primary key, I'm going to be uploading a video soon on joins in SQL. So in the joins, I'm going to be explaining the different type of keys we have and what primary key is. So I'm just going to leave the primary key empty for now. So once I'm done with all of this, I'll just click on next. So it's telling me that click finish to finish this operation. So I'm just going to click on finish. So it is currently inserting the data. Operation complete, right? So it gave me one warning. You can check out the warning. It said up to one cell of data may have been dropped during inserts from profit column. So maybe the reason it dropped just one cell is because maybe the data type of that cell contradicts the data type it gave it. So it's just one cell, so we are still good, right? So we can just click OK. It's just notifying us about the changes. So we can just close this tab. So when we close this tab, we can see, so if we check this YouTube practice, you can see that it's only sales data we have there before. So let me just right click and refresh. So let's go back to the tables. So you can now see that we have superstore table. All right, so if you want to check what your table looks like and you want to start writing your query, all you have to just do is click on new query so that it will open up the text editor where you can type, and we can just do select asterisk from. Okay, so I'll just say, because it's already in the database up here, I'm just going to say from superstore, which is the table name. So that will be from superstore. So if we run this now, you can see the same table preview that we saw the other time is now showing here. So with this table, you can now start your cleaning, checking for null value to see if it's not up to 50% of the data. Remember, we did not remove null, so you can start writing query to do that. Thank you for watching this video, and if you enjoyed watching this video, make sure you like, subscribe, and you can connect with me on LinkedIn as well as TikTok. Bye.